Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time once again for some more Wizardry 8. Now when we last played, we made our way into some kind of chapel, or temple of sorts, where we encountered a robotic creature that identified itself as Alpheades. Alpheades informed us that we were the last group come to lay claim to the cosmic forge and become lords of all creation itself. Others have come before us. The Terang, the Umpani, I believe have both come from off-world, and the Dark Savant. Now the Dark Savant, according to some documents we found, does not feature in the original prophecies that the natives of this planet had about... Actually, I might not have picked that up yet. That might be something I'm going to pick up very soon. But the Dark Savant doesn't feature into the grand celestial design. When Alpheades departed, we were confronted by a henchman of the Dark Savant, who informed us
sugar.
that his master...
Let's stop standing around and get to it.
Steady on, Leah. Steady on. I'm bringing the viewers up to, up to scratch, as it were.
What? I wasn't listening.
Good old party fighter. So, yeah, as I was saying, the henchman of the Dark Savant informed us that his master desires the... where are we? There's a key. We're going to use it to open the lock. His master will lay claim to the Cosmic Forge, and no one will stop him, and he will destroy anyone and anything that attempts to prevent him from doing so. The henchman then escaped, using another teleporting device. Oh, but he did warn us to go to the city of Arnica, where we will see evidence of this claim, alright, and see that the Dark Savant means business. Now, we also discovered a key, and here is a lock. We are going to utilize these together and open said lock. Beyond this door are bats.
More fodder for our blades.
Now, am I fully... No, I'm still partially in the library, I think. The library is a place where we must be silent and quiet, so if we attempt to cast spells, a ghostly voice will shush us, and we won't be able to cast spells, and that includes drinking potions. Now, I don't know if we're far enough out of the library or not, but why don't we try a few spells, like cast some whipping rocks, and an energy blast, sure.
With pleasure.
And if we get silenced by the library, we know we can't cast spells yet. We can cast spells. Which means we may be able to put the bats. Hey, there's that new earth spell working like a mage there. Alright, let's see. Let's try an itching skin spell. That's the kind of spell a fairy might cast.
With pleasure.
And let's try a frost spell as well.
Understood.
Yeah, sure, that one. Excellent. Okay, one of these bats is a dusk bat. I'm not sure which. Steady on there. Yeah, you almost tried to exert some energy. Alright, let's see. Go for an acid splash.
With pleasure. With
You know, let's
pleasure.
just click
With
on it. There we go.
pleasure.
Excellent. Let's fight away. I'm not going to waste energy on a sleep spell yet, but what I should consider is utilising some of the spells that will raise my lowest skills up. And I believe that's mostly air and earth and mental. Can I get... Oh, there's only 2 of them anyway, fine.
Understood.
Go for a mind stab spell as
With
well.
pleasure.
Sure. Well, there we are. So, in this hallway, there is a machine with 3 settings and a big red button. These settings look similar to the ones on the microwave oven in the back of the library. Why this library would have a microwave oven, we do not know.
I hear you.
But we do have an opportunity to practice our healing skills.
Ready and willing.
And we should absolutely do that. So, here's a machine with a big red button, and Tim, our gadgeteer, wants to press big red buttons. A bell has rung. Well, before we tinker with this machine any further, there are also some stairs in the back of the room here, and what appears to be a chest. Let's try and get it open.
Careful, sugar. This could blow at any time.
It does indeed appear to be trapped. We'll have Tim examine the trap, and I think multiple inspections increase the chance of disarming the trap, but every inspection has a chance of triggering it. So he's going to fiddle around and poke. And it looks very much... So it doesn't have this part. So it's not a dagger scatter. It looks like it's a poison darts trap. Doesn't have that. Okay. So it's pretty much identified. Now this does remind me of the trap disarming system from Wizards and Warriors. Another game that is quite fun. Although the centaurs talk like they're in a heavy metal band, constantly going, "On wings of steel we ride!" when they're galloping around or fighting. Okay, we have a stink bomb and a leather hawbook. Let's take both of those. Gunhild and Tim are becoming somewhat better at identifying items. Now, the leather hawbook is 7 armor. And I'd like to hold off before distributing this because we're going to get a few more armor pieces in the not too distant future. Meanwhile, Tim would like to come down here and fiddle with this device. We've heard a bell ring. Let's crank it up a bit. So the bell sound was deeper, ever so slightly, barely audibly louder, and I think it echoed for a little longer, reverberated for ever so slightly longer. The over-exuberant ringing of the bell has broken...
The hero found a strange contraption. He wondered what he did and why it was there.
Well, why don't we go a little bit further? We heard a sound like breaking glass, so let's investigate. There was a big plate glass window up there in the, what do you call it, the observation room overlooking this lower area. And these crates have a hollow space within them. If we are careful and line ourselves up with just beside this pane of glass and edge our way ever so slightly off the edge, we have plummeted into the middle of the crates. It is possible to land on top of this crate. This crate can be opened from this side. It could not be opened from the outside. Let's see what's inside. It appears to be some manner of magical cloak. It says Hunter's Cape. Cannot be worn by a fairy. Probably. It can't be worn by a fairy. It's too big. We don't know if it's cursed. +2 armor class to all locations. Armor weight class special and attribute bonus senses +5. It can be used by fighter, rogue, lord, bard, Valkyrie, gadgeteer, and ranger. Now, senses is a primary attribute for a ranger, and we do have one of those in our party, so let's grant him the magical cloak. And now we see his senses have raised to 69. Now, when stats reach 100, they do unlock special skills. That's 100 natural, not including item bonuses, so it's really still only 64. But this will increase, wow, scouting, mythology, psionics, artifacts, close combat, critical strike, dual weapons, ranged weapons probably as well, you know. Let's do a little bit of healing. This is a blatant excuse for some more healing practice.
I hear you.
That's orange now instead of red. You can see the subtle colour difference. That means she's getting a little bit better and this is a bit more reliable now. Once it gets to green, it's safe to cast. Now, come on. There we go. Excellent.
Ready and willing.
Throw it here, and one over here as well. Now, there was more glass. There's also a conveniently placed plank which allows us to ride up the crates and drop down on the outside again. That plank was unavailable from the outside because we were unable to scale the outer surface of this crate. Let's go a little further, and we'll even be able to heal up Marundor soon. In fact, he might be able to work it out on his own. But first off, I'm going to head to this chamber with the display case, the glass display case, which contained an item we wish to avail ourselves of. This is an upper Tosaido. It is a piece of armor for the samurai class, only the samurai class, and we don't know how good it is. The oriental weapons and armor tend to be restricted to the samurai, ninja, and monk classes exclusively. And maybe we'll change classes into one of those, although I doubt it. The Book of Traps, Divine or Psionic, and it's a level 2 spell, which I believe means we need the Psionic at 12 or Divinity at 10, plus 10% of the mental magic skill, because it's a mental magic spell, to come up to a total of 15. I believe it's 15 per spell level, although I'm not entirely certain. Either way, we're not there just yet. If she levels, we can probably do it. So we have some samurai armor, which none of us can use, but it'll probably fetch us a pretty penny. And I'd also like to go upstairs past the statue of Funzang to that chamber, which had a locked door and a large plate glass window, which has probably now shattered. It's also worth noting that the external windows of the monastery contain no glass, so they have not broken. So here is a door. Here was a window. Let's head inside. Neatly arrayed on the shelves are 32 volumes of the Chronicles of the Brotherhood of the Ascension. There's something here. A shillelagh. The shillelagh is a form of Irish war club. As historical enthusiasts and many British people know, not a lot of Dungeons and Dragons players know this. although a higher proportion of Dungeons & Dragons players know this than non-Dungeons & Dragons players who aren't as interested. They're like, hey, what's this spell called? Right. So, 1 to 6 damage plus 1 initiative, 5% knockout chance, which would be very nice for Leah, or she could use her fairy stick, 1 to 5 damage, so slightly less damage, plus 3 initiative, higher initiative bonus, 50% sleep spell chance. I think that seems like a very fun thing to try out. Now, this computer also says access denied, but there's also this. Lord's Day of the 25th. The time has come at last, yet something is terribly wrong. This dark savant is not mentioned in any of the prophecies. Could it be that not even the cosmic lords foresaw his arrival? We must investigate further. I have sent the Brotherhood off to gather what news they can. I will join them shortly. Now, I think there might be one other item in this room that we could find. Ah, yes. A fellowship pass. Sounds like something the wizard should absolutely carry. The pass reads, "Let it be known that the bearer represents the Brotherhood of the Ascension. Accord him all the honours and assistance due a member of our order." Magnificent. Marvellous. Wonderful. Someone totally left that behind and did not take it with them. Oh dear. That's a problem, isn't it? Well, I would like to go downstairs and see our furry mercantile friend. Perhaps he'll have some fun things to sell us. And also there is a chamber we did not fully explore on the lower level. So we're going to check that out as well. Also, you know, if we can level up, we got a few people near to leveling, so yeah. Oh, what time is it? We can't. I think it's daytime. We saw daylight outside, didn't we? Now, there is an encounter outside the monastery which seems to only spawn at daytime. It only spawns once, the first time you leave the monastery. But recently, either the patch has removed it, or it doesn't spawn at night with this patch at all. So I'd like to face that encounter, as it was one of the original difficulty spikes of the game. However, for now, we're going to go into this religious, maybe it's a sepulchre? It has caskets along the side. And I believe our characters made a mention of this place feeling spooky or uncanny. There is a pool of water here which I can use, I believe, once. It will give us a small amount of healing and remove certain conditions, one of which we may absolutely experience before using the water, so I'm going to hold off. Now, there appear to be a number of sarcophagi in here, so let's get some of these open. We have some chamois gloves, a bundle of quarrels, and a bow stick. That's an oriental cord stuff. The Joe is the longer one, the bow is the shorter one, isn't it? I'm sure you'll let me know if I get that wrong in the comments section, some of you. Oh no! Oh, almost everyone whose name isn't Nate is nauseated. Let's go drink some nice water. And still be nauseated, apparently. Okay, well, my bad. I thought that would remove it. Oh, because each of these contains something different.
I feel much better.
And so he recovered.
Leah's taking a while to recover there. We have more quarrels and a skull cap. Not a metal one, you note, but apparently some kind of cloth cap. Everyone who's not a ninja can use it. We already have some leather headgear in place. We could give it to Nate. Leah can't use it because she's too small. Tim has a lower average armor class than Nate, and if we overburden Tim too much, he'll actually start losing armor class and speed anyway. It would be very nice to give him the leather hauberk, but if I do, he's going to go up an encumbrance category. So let's give him the skull cap. Now I believe encumbrance is governed by strength, piety, possibly vitality, race, and I think maybe class might play into it a little bit as well. So then this, that's a 5, that's a 7, suede, doublet, suede, let's get him a bit more protection. But he's got an average armor class of 5 already from the cloak. So let's give her the leather hauberk. A hauberk, of course, being an armoured shirt that stops above the elbows and above the knee. And we'll give him her old leather cuirass. Cuirass, of course, being a back and breastplate, not even always with a backplate, doesn't really cover the arms. And then this suede doublet, I don't think that's going to be particularly useful for anyone, especially if they're a fairy. Well then, let's see what the rest of these contain. Another bow stick, a halberd, and a gleaming sword. Let's go look at that. Now, the gleaming sword is 4 to 10 damage, and a 10% blind chance, swing and thrust. Short sword, primary weapon. The Mastered Sword is also 4 to 10 damage, has a -1 to hit penalty, a -3 initiative modifier, and no blindness chance. We'll absolutely swap those over. Now, I know that Gunhild has a good affinity with spears and polearms as a class. 5 to 18 -4 initiative, and there's a spear down here. 1 to 10, no initiative modifier, but 5 to 18 is pretty jolly good. And we got the chamois gloves as well. Will this push him up? No. How about him? Oh, can he not? Ah, the wizard can't use them. In that case, our gadgeteer will absolutely get some gloves, and he'll probably cut off the fingers to let his claws go through. Yeah, adjust and adapt. That turned out relatively okay. Have we done... Oh no, there's 2 more still to go. Okay, let's get these boxes open then. Some more quarrels, some more fairy dust, and arrows. Excellent. We are loading up on ranged weapons here.
This is a one-man job.
This sarcophagus contained an apparition. A hideous undead abomination. It says mediocre. I'm going to use the fact that the priest class and the bishop class have this wonderful ability called turn undead. And I'm going to have fun with that.
With pleasure.
Oh, 32 of its 34 health. Excellent. Now, those apparitions can perform a scream that can have lots of horrific effects on party members, even driving some insane. Obviously, this is not ideal. Let's go see what Burrs has for us, and I haven't been adding topics to the conversation options, so I should go talk to him and add a few things. Also, before we reach Burrs, not Burt's, I would like to point out that here there is a broken button. Now, down here on the bridge, at the bottom, there is also a button which will elevate the bridge to this position. I'm not going to drop down there now and then heal everyone up afterwards, but we're probably going to want to come back here at some point later on, probably shortly after we've been to Arnica, which Elaine Bredhoff would insist on pronouncing Amica, because she, poor old lady, would see the R next to the M and assume it is an M, and refuse to accept any other possible version of reality.
Got some new stuff in stock.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we need to talk to you about some things like this dark savant. Let's, wait. We're just going to add that. We've also talked to him about ship crash. The Higardi. The Monastery, yep. We've talked about... let's see, actually.
I don't know too much about him, but he seems to have the Higardi all upset. Maybe you could ask one of them.
Ship crash. I've already covered this, haven't I?
Well, I saw 2 ships crash into the sea, but who knows how many more there were.
I will skip this here. Monastery, sure.
The monastery? It's Higardi, the Brotherhood. Their temple, I guess. No one's in there now. They took off a
great. Right. So, Arnica, Braffet, and Brotherhood.
Oh, Arnica's the city of the Higardi. It's right on the coast. I get most of my stuff from there, in fact.
Okay.
I know him.
Is that it?
I don't know too much about it.
We should also ask him about Trinton, which I believe he mentioned in one of his conversation topics. We're going to want to talk to people about Trinton in the future.
You just look for the biggest tree in the forest south of Arnica, and you're there. You'll love it. It's a great place.
Forest?
Yep, you heard me.
Fine. Let's see what he's got. So, got a parrying dagger, bastard sword, battle axe, shillelagh. We can probably sell one of our battle axes. Right. Arrows. 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 Bullet stones. Bullet stones. We don't need to buy any more corals. We've found absolutely loads of those. Quilted tunic. 4 protection. Our mage can't wear that. Our gadgeteer can, though. So that's worth considering. Come on, back here, back here. I will check to see what else is available first, though. Some suede trousers. Cracker sticks. Energy blast is single target. Power 5 is pretty good, though. Potions of moderate heal, potions of light heal, potions of cure poison. We've got plenty of money. I think we might as well grab both those potions of cure poison. We've got cure light condition, stamina, stink bomb. Stink bomb is noxious fumes, which is an area of effect. Putrid odours assault opponents within range of the target area, painfully searing their lungs and possibly causing nausea or unconsciousness. Some sneeze powder. Itching skin. Okay. So it's like itching powder. Scroll of magic missiles. Magic missiles power level 2. Okay, yeah, that's fine. What skill does it use? It uses artifacts skill. 297. I think so. We're going to buy some more arrows. Now, it might seem like I am overstocking on arrows, but high-level rangers can literally get through 60 to 70 arrows a turn. Right, and now I'm going to sell some party items. So we got a bastard sword, we found something better. Keep the halberd because it's good, sell the bow stick and the suede doublet. Sell the other bow stick. Keep the shillelagh for now. We want to identify this. So what else? upper robes as opposed to lower robes. Chamois skirt can go. Mangosh, I'll hold on to it for a moment. Tarnished sword, not very good, can absolutely be sold. Magnifying glass and microwave chip are things that Tim wants to keep. He thinks he can do something with those. We'll sell these sandals. Ah, they can't even be sold. Another mangosh. Well, we don't need two. Angel's tongue. That's a bard class only instrument, isn't it? Or no, music skill. Ah, you need to be a bard to have a music skill though. Okay, we'll hold on to it for now. Cleaver. We have another cleaver. In fact, did we have two? No, just one. Okay, well, we're going to sell party item. Go down to the cleaver. And sell another mangosh. Quarterstaff, sell it. A weird bikini top. Well, it's not quite a bikini top. It's a little more substantial. Barely more substantial. Sell some sandals, a cloth shirt. Hold on to the bullwhip. We might find a use for it. Battle axe. I think we got more than one, so we can sell one. Blue potion identified. Unidentified sticks. Poser's cap. You know what? The poser's cap does give 15 disarm traps. It doesn't give any other protection or anything. No, 10. Yes, we can wear that for a while. Right, what else have we got? And a spear. Excellent. With that, we'll bid our leave and head
Come
off
back and see me if you need anything.
out of the temple and
See ya,
towards
friend.
the road to Arnica, which in the unmodified version of the game, which cannot be recorded, is literally, quite possibly, the single most dangerous and deadly location in the game for a low-level party of this level heading out of the monastery. Let's see if we can get up there before it gets too dark. I'm not going to rush too much, okay? Because it would be nice to get some of these spell points back. As you see, 2 of 11. She needs 9 more divine points back. Let's run a little though, you know. There we go. And I have been informed that there is a more up-to-date version of this patch somewhere. I should try and get hold of it. It's mentioned in the comments section of one of the earlier videos in this series, and I should absolutely look for it. Now, I want to go outside the temple. The sky is dark. I would like to rest. The sky is now bright. Let's go outside. Now, we've entered oddly, the camera is oddly twisted. Those red dots are actually up here, up ahead. So we've entered looking off to the side. I do like exploring the whole area out here. But for now, there appear to be creatures heading towards us. I would like us to find a wall to back ourselves up against. Okay, venom crabs. That can't be good. How are we doing? Okay, here's a wall. Let's utilize this defensively. Hey, are you lot gonna come fight us or what? Because, oh yeah, they are coming.
This lot is no match for me.
Okay, so we have 10 venom crabs. Originally, this encounter was like a handful of venom crabs and a lot of little crabs and some larger crabs. The larger crabs had very long reach with their pincers and could attack over the smaller crabs and from outside our melee reach. These I'm not so sure. The music doesn't sound too dangerous, so let's practice some lower level spells.
Understood.
To improve skills that I'll use the sleep spell after they've arrived. So sure. Itching skin.
With pleasure.
Let's go.
Creepoo.
4 became irritated. Wonderful. Come get me, crabs. These seem to be mostly of the smaller variety. Oh, 2K, you missed a shot. That's unfortunate. He'll get better. Look, he's disoriented by the ship crash. You know, he's still recovering. He's shell-shocked. Meanwhile, that whipping rock spell is fun, isn't it? I think it still totaled around 10 creatures, but as I said, this encounter doesn't spawn at all in the night time. And it only spawns the first time you leave the monastery. And I wanted to run into it. Right, if I go sleep, low level sleep spell on the crab, so I don't risk... Okay, whoa, level 2 is orange now, which means level 1 may be getting towards green.
With pleasure.
And let's try... Frost is water, they've probably got good water resistance. And we don't know any of their resistance. They do have stamina though, we know their stamina scores, that's great. And they have poison, because they're venom crabs, of course. Ah, extra sleep. Enchanted blade? Sure. We'll even try at level 2.
Understood.
If it backfires, will it affect our enemies?
Volapoo.
Okay, so they are significantly armoured. We'll need to keep working on our skills to improve our odds of defeating these things. And of course, the enchanted blade spell will assist us in that. 2 damage, it's fine, we're working on it. Okay, they've got thick armoured shells. Now, many of these are sleeping. Let's not disturb them. But we can absolutely disturb
With
the other
pleasure.
ones.
With pleasure.
Tim, you
With
can shoot that
pleasure.
one as well. Work on some good old
Understood.
fire magic.
Understood.
Oh, poison. Okay. That's right, you shoot them 2K. Now, many of these still sleep. Let's get everyone attacking this one, because it's not asleep. And let those 3 continue their slumber. I mean, I could give them a rude awakening, but let's not.
Understood.
Gotta get working on that psychic magic.
With pleasure. With pleasure.
Excellent stuff. Straight into the mind, never mind the shell. Now, will it? No! Oh, you haven't woken them up yet. Okay, they are all awake. So, oh, what's this on the floor? A venom crab shell. Lovely. We could irritate them a bit more. Sure, why not?
With
The practice is
pleasure.
good. Also, practice that whipping rocks spell.
Understood.
Excellent. Hey, you got 2. Marundo's like, I wanted to fight in close combat. And like, Gunhild or 2K's like, well, now's your chance. Oh, you can just sense the enthusiasm he puts in. How long is that poison going to last? I don't know. It would be very nice to remove it. We do have a potion of cure poison, but I think it's worth saving till after the fight. I do sense some stamina restoration may be in order. He's using up
Right
quite
there.
a lot. Okay. Keep it low, go back there.
Understood.
She doesn't... Oh, she does. Good.
With pleasure.
Just in case the other one from 2K fails.
Creepy.
Oh,
Blood of
lovely.
Rita.
Excellent.
What now?
The
Lovely
better to
experience.
battle our enemies.
Ah, my talents have been rewarded.
And now, obviously, we want to use a potion of cure poison.
I feel much better.
Because I'm not sure it actually goes away without it. There we are. Now, we all know that I absolutely like filling in the map, and I don't like empty spaces.
Ready and willing.
Also, let's do some healing. So, 2 party members are leveled. Now, if I walk too close to the temple door facing towards it, the game will attempt to make me walk back inside. I'm also exploring this space. Wait a minute.
You bellowed?
2K. Let's get him 3 points of senses, point of speed, a point of piety. I mean, look, if we're going to be cosmic lords, we'd better start believing in cosmic lords, right? Dexterity is always good for a ranger as well. Sure. So, a light spell. We're familiar with the light spell. A sleep spell? Yeah. Acid splash? Okay. Itching skin and heal wounds. Well, the more sources of healing we can get in the early game, the better. And the earlier we can start training people's healing skills, the better. So we're going to get that. Absolutely. So we're going to get him 2 points of divine magic, 3 points of scouting, we'll get him a point of throwing and sling, a point of bow, a point in mythology, and we've only got 1 left. Might be worth increasing his alchemy for his overall spellcasting. Oh, what is he using as a close combat weapon? I think, is it a sword or a spear? Let's get him... Look, a spear is a good traditional huntsman's weapon. Sure. There we go. And now that we have increased his scouting skill, we should have a better chance of finding any treasures that may be hidden hereabouts. Also, Gunhild got a level as well. So we'll get 2 points of vitality, 1 point of strength, 1 point of piety, point in speed, and now that she's not having such a big penalty to hit from the clumsy sword, she's got a nice sharp shiny sword. Let's get her a point of intelligence as well. She might need it in the long run. So, charm. Priest and psionic. Non-combat, target one enemy. Attempts to magically influence an NPC to be more friendly towards the party. I'm not sure how and when this spell is going to be very useful to us. I've never seen it be put to lots of good use, but it would... I don't want to antagonize NPCs by casting this spell and it messing them up. Stamina would be good. Paralyze might be really worth it. Bless would be a great skill, a great spell, but having multiple spell pools at once would be good, so I'm going to grab Paralyze, because I don't think anyone else has got that, and that is a water spell. So I'll put 1 point in there, 1 point here. I am trying to raise the sword skill and the shield skill. Get her a bit of range combat, because she has been shooting a fair bit with her bow. Speaking of bows, she has been shooting it. Mason Flail may very well be worth a point. Overall Divinity would be good for her magic as well, though. There we go. Who is looking at leveling next? It's got to be Leah, hasn't it? Of course. Well then, let us continue our exploration outside the monastery, and then heading off down the road. Now, the patch has definitely changed the contents of this road. I have seen monsters on this road that I have never seen in this portion of the game at this level before. Monsters that are usually reserved for the next 1 or 2 maps after this one. Speaking of maps and magic and stuff, let's practice some more healing. For the casters with less advanced magical skills, it's probably best to practice their spells outside of combat rather than in it. There we go. So far nothing. I think there's usually something around this side somewhere. Ah, there we go.
Look there.
What have you found, 2K? Excellent. Granite potion. Body of Stone. Power level 5 out of the 7 power levels a spell can be cast at. Whoever consumes this thickened liquid gains the benefit of a rock-hard shell to significantly improves, with an S, their armor class and absorbs some of the damage from the attacks that do get through. That would be a lovely item for the party wizard to have. And we can just put those venom crab shells in the party stash. I think they're food, a food type item. Let's continue exploring this. What do we call this? It's not really a clearing, is it? It's more like a... It's not really a valley, either the sides aren't that high. Huh. I suppose it is a kind of valley, in a way. And head onto this road. So, usually this road, moderately safe, but there are some very dangerous features that occasionally appear. Let's continue along our way. Also, I didn't quite check the time when I started recording, so I'm not sure entirely how long this episode's gone. I wanted to do something very wise. I'm going to split this 50-50 and give half to our mage, half to our bishop, so they have ample ranged opportunities for when they run out of spell points. Tim will double up on the musket balls because no one else can use them. This does put him closer to being over encumbered, so we really need to look into piety. Also affects him at spell power, magic realm, heavily influences divinity, overall stamina, spell power. So divinity affects like how many spell points we get in a magic field, I think. Vitality, point stamina, carrying capacity. Okay, vitality's good. Physical strength from hitting influence. So carrying strength and vitality, and for some reason I think piety affects encumbrance as well to a lesser extent. So far we haven't run into anything, and that is very good indeed. No hostile creatures on this road. Now, there is a point where the road opens up to grass up ahead, and at that point the road becomes significantly more dangerous. This more mountainous portion of the road doesn't suffer the same degree of hostility. No monsters, and Tim is growing over encumbered. Now, I'd like to go around this standing stone. I think we can just about get between that standing stone and the cliff in a fight, but I can't remember. It's a very tight pinch. And I like to go down this mountain path, which is leading away from our objective. The reason for this will become readily apparent as I turn a corner or two.
I've sighted a creature.
They had no fear, for the enemy was weak.
Well then, if you say so, Tim. Let's have Nate practice his enchanted blade spell. Throw it in at level 2.
Understood.
And we're going to try a bless spell as well for
With
everyone.
pleasure.
Now these would be similar to the human scoundrels we found plundering the abandoned temple, as the priests are no longer there. Oh, I was going to talk about some stuff earlier when we were walking down to Burrs. Oh well, I'll do it now. So, there are different groups looking for the Cosmic Forge. There's us. There's the Dark Savant, who is an evil, nasty man in a kind of spacesuit. And there are 3 other groups, the Trang, the Umpani, and the Rapax. We are not likely to meet the Rapax anytime soon. In fact, we're not likely to meet them until significantly later in the game. In the Monastery, we came across a prison cell on the lower level, with a sign on the wall outside that said, "Do not feed the Rapax." Now, one of these was inside that cell, along with a large horned skeleton. We're not going to see them for a long time, so I'll let you know the Rapax are a large race with a somewhat demonic appearance and Minotaur-like horns that inhabits this planet. This note, probably written by the Rapax, reads, "I have failed. The tomb is locked and they caught me before I could find the key. To make matters worse, the damned Higardi only feed me once a day. At this rate I will starve to death in a matter of days. Tell the Templars that the weapons are still a threat to Alcedexus." Now, we don't know anything about the Templars or Alcedexus. We should probably ask some people. I will say that the Templars are part of the Rapax Society, as are Alcedexus. Meanwhile, the other 2 groups, the Trang and the Umpani, have come from outer space on spaceships of their own. The Trang are an insect-like race from Wizardry 6 or 7, the previous game, and the Umpani are a race of rhino men from the same game as the Trang. They are enemies, and they are both here looking for the way to get to the Cosmic Forge, and they hate each other's guts and are pretty much at war with each other in a kind of Cold War standoff. Now that we've established that, let's get back to this. These men like to throw ranged weapons. Let's try a sleep spell.
With pleasure.
Might as well try another sleep spell as well. Getting that practice in. Okay, we can actually go to 2. Those are not even visible, so I'll go for these. If they get close enough, we'll fight them. If they get nearly close enough, we can charge. Okay, so one's asleep. They occasionally charge into combat, but overall they like to keep their distance.
Mirakamas!
Now, we're not hearing the spell effects because we're so far away from the targets for those particular spells. Excellent. This man is coming very close indeed and likely to become a new target for everyone. Let's do that now.
Understood.
Let's throw another sleep spell at this group here.
Understood.
And you, milady, go on, yeah. Get that itching powder out
With
there.
pleasure.
Might wake them up if they're sleeping though.
Wee-poo!
Obviously, this is a lot of bandits and cut purses for a small ravine in the mountain pass. Maybe they're guarding something that we would blatantly like to take from them. Our bless spell has expired. Well, let's renew it.
With pleasure.
And maybe, can I get everyone with, like whipping? No, needs more earth magic. I do want to try and get that mental spell as soon as I can. Yeah, I want to try and get a spell in every category for everyone who has different spell categories, so that they can get you. So they can practice those skills early. Later on I can specialize. For now I need to kind of diversify a little bit. Yeah, that's right, 2K. You just shoot him right in the face.
Pandorka.
These are totally within keeping with the danger level in this area. Oh, hello. Ooh. Right. Let's keep practicing this. She's going to use her brain to hurt them.
With pleasure.
Tim would like to use his lightning rod, because hey, it's a lightning rod. Not on you though, you're baddie. Yeah,
With
you'll
pleasure.
do. This guy's pretty much dead already. And wow. What is this? A leprechaun tunic, okay. And a cloth shirt, okay. Oh, 18 damage. At this level, 18 damage is a fair amount of damage. And it didn't even wake him up! Good grief. Oh, he's awake now. Let's get that Whipping Rock spell into action.
Understood.
Wait. Here we go. I'm not sure the vertical angle matters, but it might.
Understood.
Well, let's practice a little bit of the old fire magic. Maybe even a level
With
2.
pleasure. With pleasure.
That was a long shot and magnificently done for our huntsman there. Come on, Leo, you can level. You can do it. And he just like summons magical rocks out of the air and slings them at him. Ah. I'm gonna go for another stamina spell.
Right then.
Getting that practice in, you know. Throw an acid
With
splash. Sure.
pleasure. With pleasure.
And what kind of wonderful? Yeah, sure. Frost spell.
Understood.
That'll be fun. So I'm wanting to soften that one up a little bit before he arrives. Oh, the spell backfired. He's either losing his own stamina, which he did, or gaining his own, becoming the target. Oh, lovely. You know what? Yeah, let's walk into battle. Proudly, Heads held high.
With pleasure.
Sure.
With pleasure.
With pleasure.
Let's... You know what?
Taken care of. Taken care of.
Why not? Give it a try. Also, get your shield out, lady. You might need it.
Ow.
Yep, he's in range. We have arrived. And she failed her spell. Well, practice makes perfect. Allegedly. What is this? Another spell cap. Excellent. Right, let's
With
go for an
pleasure.
energy blast. We'll try that paralysis spell one more time. Just for practice.
Clean.
He may be dead by the time it gets ready to her turn. But we'll see.
Secundo.
Also,
1,000 pardons.
Nature's health is running very low. And a leather helm. Excellent. Obviously too big for her. Speaking of big
Ready
and
and
her,
willing.
let's go for a nice big healing spell. We will cast it until it's no longer needed on the same target.
I hear
There
you.
we go. Oh, what's this? Ah. Another cherry bomb. Okay. We gotta be careful with those things. And here is what they were guarding.
Crab apples.
What have we here? Some leather leggings. Some shuriken. A spear. An awl pike. So a round, long, thin point. And a chest that is probably trapped.
Ready
know what?
and willing.
Sure, let's do a bit of healing. And I... No.
She.
No, yes. Where's the trap save? There's the trap save. We save the game. Boom. Done.
It appears booby-trapped.
It does indeed. Let's see what Tim can find poking around in it. There is a spell, the Divine Trap spell, which can be used to increase our chances of disarming traps. For now, though, we don't have that spell. It is a high-level spell, but Leah is a long way from learning. It's like level 1 or something. Okay, a dagger scatter. It's gonna shoot a dagger at us. That sound effect for that trap part is so cringe-inducing. A round shield, some piercing pipes, which are a bardic instrument, bagpipes, leather helm, and fairy dust. Excellent, we're taking all of that. Bearded war axe. Well, if there's someone here who deserves to use that, it's going to be more fun than a cleaver, isn't it? 1 to 6 plus 1... 2 to 8. So it's actually kind of worse. So it's got slightly better accuracy. Right, live buckler. Armor class plus 1. Dexterity plus 10. Stealth plus 5. If we had someone who wanted to be really sneaky, that would be the shield for them. Round shield is plus 2. Buckler is only plus 1. Oh, that's also a buckler. Okay. Leather helmet? Sure, he can wear a leather helmet. It's gonna do better than a feathered cap. So we can give... No! Our wizard can't wear that. How about our gadgeteer? Sure. So... Tim gets himself a jaunty feathered cap. And Nate has a proper hat, like a real wizard should. Wonderful stuff. Let's do some reloading. And remember that anything a person is carrying, they have most of this weight, but a little bit is added to the party encumbrance. The party encumbrance is divided equally among everyone. So we want our burly characters carrying stuff for the sake of the lighter ones, but it does mean that if you've got a big, strong, tough guy carrying loads of gear, it does start to slow everyone else down. It gets in the way, they can't work out where things are. It's like, look, I can't find my spell scrolls, your box full of crossbow bolts is in the way or something, you know. It can become a bit inconvenient. Right, overall, oh, let's try for a bit more healing.
Ready and willing.
No more healing, okay. Tim's got a little way to go on the health front. Also, should we run into a hazardous encounter, we're a little bit underprepared. Oh, you know what, actually, I do want to check if I can fit in here. No, I can't, but it's a really good defensive position. It narrows, and the same round the other side. If we get attacked by a particularly dangerous group of foes, we can wedge ourselves in here between this pillar and the wall, and we will be in a good defensive position. Still not recovered enough. I could rest, but I'm not going to risk it, as this is a fairly dangerous location. Now, these two stone pillars, what do we call these? They're, now these we can go around them. Oh no, we can't go through this gap. But we can use these defensively as well to reduce the amount of enemies who can reach us. And here, we're beginning to head into the danger zone. I sense stones. My stone sense is tingling. That's what you get when you got a dwarf in the party. So we've got a few more odd standing stones over there, and probably some little ones lying on the ground here. There we go. 2K has recognized stones. And here is a building. We can walk all the way around the back. I don't believe I've ever been inside this building. I think the door is all locked up and no one wants to let us come in yet. It might open in the later game. It may always remain closed. The massive metal door is securely bolted from the inside. There's no way to pick it and no hope of forcing it. Maybe we'll be able to come here later. You never know. For now, though, obviously we're wanting to head towards Arnica. Or Arnica, as the inhabitants of this game refer to it. And you know what? It is their planet, so I'm probably going to end up saying it that way once in a while. Again, we got nice stone monuments.
Found something.
I am looking for items, and I appear to have discovered something. Oh.
I've sighted a creature.
Uh-oh. What have you seen? Another leather helmet. That's actually doing really well for us. Tim can wear this and probably should for his own protection. Look, he's already in the green. A few more points aren't going to make that big of a difference. What have we here? Okay, waspy insects. Let's find ourselves a corner and face off against
This
them.
is a one-man job.
For now, a bit of acid. Cold should be quite effective against insects, right? They really don't like that.
Understood.
I should probably also get a bless spell up as well, because we do want to be increasing our offensive skills so we can do more damage. Excellent stuff.
Understood.
Throw in a bit of coal.
Understood.
And a healing spell for our not-so-long-suffering
With
gadgeteer.
pleasure.
Completely ignoring the Valkyrie who needs healing. Look, Leah's not the best fairy godmother yet, okay? She's working on it. Good grief, some of the things she says, if she was a godmother, that'd be scary. Oh, it dodged. Okay. Let's try practicing that
Taken care
paralysis spell one more time. And throw off a little bit of energy, you know?
With pleasure.
Understood.
Only a little bit. I'm sensing it's relatively wounded now, and I'd like to preserve energy for upcoming encounters. And we'll just repeat those spells for now. We won't repeat that one. I bet the wasp could inflict poison if it wanted to. There we go. Excellent.
Darling, I just keep getting better and better.
And Leah has gained a level. Sorry, 2 weapon skills leveled up. 2K's bow skill and Tim's modern weapons skill. At some
I see
point...
something moving.
What is it? What is it? Soldier ants. I think we want to run to cover.
Understood.
There's 9 enemies. It sounds like fairly low... You know... Oh yeah. Relatively easy, but I'd still like to get our back to a wall. And after this fight, obviously we were doing Leah's level. Yeah, go on. Barricade yourselves in so the rest of you can't get to us. I think I'll settle for one of those giant stone pillars as a backstop, because these can get all around us and we don't really have enough people to protect our flanks yet. Alright, here we go. Run! Let's go just a bit this way. And face off against them for next round. Obviously, we have a wounded party member and we need to look into that. Not a lot can be done just here yet. Do these sleep? Are they... We know their hit points and their stamina, that's about it. 2K can try a healing spell.
Right then.
This could be utterly disastrous. You know what? They probably have good earth resistance, but something tells me... I suspect mental spells won't work very well on insects. Throw in that acid splash, and I want to go whipping rocks, but obviously I can't. Enchanted Blade has 17 turns remaining. I should probably hold on to this energy. Bit of frost damage though,
Understood.
bound to be helpful.
Understood.
Let's see how this goes. Most of them hopefully can't reach us this round. And we are reaching the point where we might have to consider resting a little sooner. We are not in a safe resting space at all. And 2K managed a healing spell on his very first attempt. Maybe that's a sign. Perhaps he should take up a more biblical calling. Or maybe he just got really, really, really lucky. Lovely. Oh yes. Right, Leo would like to find out if ants can sleep when magically compelled to do so.
With pleasure.
Meanwhile, it looks like I'm gonna keep this a
Understood.
bit... Yeah. Nature's really going to need to start using some items or recovering some spell points soon.
Volapoo!
Which is another reason why I want to get everyone access to every school, every school of spells they have access to. You know, every single element. Now, hopefully, Marundor's mace can crack some shells. Or exoskeletons in this case. Excellent stuff. Oh, and he missed. This one could be a problem. Yeah, let's give him a nasty blast. No, we're going to blast this one.
Understood.
And who's this? That's orange. Ah, it's Tim.
With
Okay.
pleasure.
Attacking nature from behind. That's not good. We want to keep him focused in this direction. Oh no, that direction's fine. Lovely.
All of his prowess.
Indeed, Tim was a magnificent
I am
narrator.
injured.
So how about that sleep spell? Huh? Huh?
Understood.
Yeah, go for an energy
With
blast.
pleasure.
A little one. Sure. Lovely. Keep them all coming. And I think 2K might have to try and heal Gunhild soon as well. Oh, how unfortunate. That bless spell is something we should definitely be utilising more in the early game. Excellent. I mean, I'd say we just woke one up, but it is absolutely pulverised. So
With
that's
pleasure.
great. Yeah, we don't... Oh no, you're fine then, yeah.
With pleasure.
Don't attack the sleeping ones. Oh wow, Nature's fallen back on his sling. We're gonna have to do something about that. Oh man.
Understood.
Pain of a wizard reduced to really low level spells. Let's try. This
Right
could be a
there.
disaster. Let's hope it's not. Throw a bit more acid
With
about.
pleasure.
Sure. What could possibly go wrong?
With pleasure.
In a world full of giant ants and heroes. And massive mandibles of death. Actually, both our frontliners are going to have to need a bit of help soon. I'm sensing that... Ah, blinded. Perfect. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. 33-39. She will drink a potion of light
Taken
healing.
care of.
He will defend.
I'm on it.
We'll
With
go for another 2
pleasure.
acid splash. It's dangerous
With
enough.
pleasure.
And you, my friend. Oh. 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 Okay, just renew that. Okay.
Understood.
It's experience, right? Oh, that's big damage. So next round, Marundor drinks a healing potion,
I'm on it.
and she doesn't need to defend, she can outright attack. This thing
Taken care
needs
of.
to die. It's coming in on our sides, causing way too much damage. Sure.
With pleasure.
fire energy
With
blast.
pleasure.
Kill!
Clean poo.
Oh, so close. Ooh. Oh, yes. Oh, 10 damage. She's hitting hard there. Now we're going to go back to attacking. And we're going to start replenishing some stamina if we can. Speaking of which, we should definitely be doing that for our frontliners.
With pleasure.
Better than nothing. Alright. Desperate times. Call for Tim with a lightning rod.
With pleasure.
Sleep spell? Sleep spell it is.
Understood.
A bit more acid, sure.
With pleasure. With pleasure.
I mean, that one will be dead and we'll be redirecting soon anyway. Yep, there we go. Now that sleep spell may be a bit wasted. No effect. It may be a mute. No, we've seen him sleep before. That was lots of good experience for everyone. Wonderful. And we are trying to walk along this road. But we do want to be careful. Also, she leveled, so we should absolutely do that. So the bishop gets to do every school of magic possible. Let's get her some more intelligence, a bit more strength, a bit more vitality for party encumbrance purposes, a bit of piety too. She's supposed to be a religious sort, after all. She has a spell in every area. We've got Charm, Terror is a group spell. Okay, meddles with the mental perspective of a group of creatures, causing fear which reduces their ability to fight, or, in extreme cases, may cause complete unconsciousness. Terrified opponents may cower in fear or flee in terror. Possibly a spell that will be very useful for us later on. Make wounds, it's like the opposite of heal wounds. It does damage to an enemy. Razor Cloak. One ally. A cloak of gleaming blades forms around the protected member, wounding any attacker that strikes against it. Wonderful. Dracon Breath. Remember, one of the races was the Dracon, which is like a dragon man, as opposed to the lizard man race. Gives the target the ability to breathe a cone of blistering acidic vapor on nearby opponents. Power level increases the duration of the spell, but has no impact on its effectiveness. Interesting. Cure Lesser Condition. Probably a really useful spell for us to have. Note, attempts to cure one character from any of the minor conditions: fear, sleep, blindness, nausea, and irritation. Attempts to cure. This is why we might want to cast higher level versions of the spell. Blinding Flash. Blinding, yet blind a load of enemies? Oh, it's radius. Okay, yeah. Sonic Boom, an air spell that is not sleep. A painfully loud sound of such high decibel level may render opponents unconscious or numb with terror. You never know, it could be really useful. Mind spells, we can probably wait a level or two first. We got Frost. We got Paralyze. Okay, what have we got here? I do want to try and get 2 spells in each group, so we've only got Razor Cloak, Sonic Boom, Charm and Terror, or any one of these. So it looks like Water Magic is the way to go for now. Sonic Boom, unconscious or numb with terror. Again, sleep, so it's all mental stuff at the moment in the air area. Let's get that frost spell going. Okay, no. Yes. We got Acid Splash. Frost is Mage. Acid Splash is Alchemist. It's good to have spells for leveling a particular magic, I'll say school. So we want to get Psionics up to a 15, don't we? Heaven forbid us. Heaven forfend. Let's get a little more air magic. Earth. Artifacts to 27. Mental up to a 7 then. And Divinity's very low at 10. Let's get that up to an 11. Get Wizardry up a bit as well. She does do a lot of Wizardry type blasty spells. We should probably try and get each of these up to level 1 at some point as well. Excellent. Now, we can absolutely do some healing, and while the frontline is needed. If I'm going to rest, I should find myself a secure location to do so. This is dangerous. We'll do it on someone tough who can take it.
I hear you.
Orange now. Hooray! And there's a signpost. So, Arnica is this way. The monastery is that way. Is there a sign pointing this way? No, this road is unmarked. No sign points that way. And let's leave that unexplored for now. That is a dangerous road we do not wish to tread just yet. We'll probably go there a bit later at some point. I'll probably be coming back. Hang on, how are we doing for map? We're doing very well, actually, yes. Excellent. So that is absolutely a dead end. Down here to Arnica, up there to a dangerous area we do not wish to explore just yet. We do, however, wish to be going slow enough that we'll start getting some... Oh, poor Nate. Alright, okay.
Look, it might kill us.
Okay, that looks actually dangerous. That's a lot of red dots on the map. Let's cluster into here. Look, are you not... Oh good, they are coming. Looks like more insects.
Let's do it.
Oh dear goodness, that is an awful lot of insects, isn't it?
Understood.
With
Frost.
pleasure.
Frost, do it. That is a very high danger music. We hear the shrieking, sounds like a siren. We know it's bad. I think Marundor's going to have to fall back on regular attacks to preserve his stamina consumption. Expenditure, rather. So he doesn't wear himself out too much. I'm also going to be looking heavily at our consumable items. You know what? Softening up the back rank? Good idea. Scroll of Magic Missiles. There we go. Look, it's low level, but it's going to hit everything unless they go out of our field of view. Scroll of Haste? Sure. Apparently that's a party buff. I don't want to go for the Lightning Rod just yet. We go faster now. Nice little rabbit for speed. Or even a hare. I think there's a tortoise for a slowing spell condition as well. Yes, come closer, oh my enemies. Also, I haven't switched him to... Yes! I mean, look, we killed at least once, right? And did a fair bit of damage. We will turn that to a normal attack. We will cast a healing spell, because Bless ain't happening anytime
With
soon.
pleasure.
Not worth it just yet. So he's just going to have to use a sling for now, poor fellow. I mean, it will get him some experience of a skill eventually, right? Let them keep coming. And the music has calmed down now. We no longer have the shrieking sirens.
Understood.
11, 19, 12, 6.
Understood.
With pleasure.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the music still sounds pretty damn serious.
Victory! Victory is mine!
Please come in before our warrior. Yes. Give him something to fight. We've actually got ourselves a very nice defensive position here. And we should absolutely utilize it while we still live.
With pleasure.
Obviously, we're going to be resting after this fight. I'd rather rest a little further down the road. Off the edge of a map and on the next map, because it's a little bit safer there. Not the whole map, just the edge of it. Alright. Go for a bit of frost.
With pleasure.
Get some wizardly experience going. Oh, no spells at all. Wow. Ow. Okay. Right, we just fight a little longer then. I am considering hurling the cherry bomb. I'd rather not. I'd like to save it for something more dangerous than this. But hey ho, it may be necessary. Okay, 2 more for the kill. Excellent.
Stood in awe of his prowess.
And quite right too. Shooting with that gun like there's no tomorrow. Oh, mate. That's not good. Not a good sign at all.
With pleasure.
So, by having points in like every magic school now, Leah has pretty much always got... Whoa, that's 23 health. That's low for a frontliner. Okay, swap and drink.
I'm on it.
No spells just yet. Okay. Itching skin and sleep, not ideal. Go for the mind stab then.
With pleasure.
She can frighten them with her intellect. Excellent. Didn't I set him to have his shield ready to defend? Oh well. Got bit. Now he can fight. We can... That was a misclick. We can pretty much fight this one out now. We'll just keep
pleasure.
using her mind.
With pleasure.
Wow, you're trying shooting at that obscure angle? Alright.
With
Keep
pleasure.
up the mental
With
anguish,
pleasure.
and it can come to us. There we go. Excellent.
We did it!
We certainly did, and while nobody leveled, we are absolutely resting. That's probably enough.
I hear you.
keep getting that experience up.
You bellowed?
We can try twice, okay? Every success counts at this important, crucial early stage in his healing career.
Ready and willing.
And there's one of us who needs absolutely more healing than anyone else right now. Let's rest again. Just get those blue bars full. Or just everything full for that matter. Right, I'm gonna stay up on the grass, on the verdant verge at this point, because there's something here that someone with a good scouting skill can find. Oh no, it's just right here. Amulet of Static. What's that do? 9 charges. Miscellaneous item 1, miscellaneous item 2. So that could be either of these 2 slots. Artifacts skill. Energy Blast, power 6, so a very high powered energy blast. 5% mental resistance. When used, it generates a jolting spark of electrical energy to zap one creature. Also 5 mental resistance. Sure. And that uses the Artifacts skill, which he definitely could do with improving. So now that we've done that, let's continue along this road. And if we get off the edge of this map, I'll end the episode, because this one's been going a while now. And we will be very near to our objective indeed. Lovely. No more monster attacks so far. We're doing very well. I'm quite pleased with our progress. Tim, we need to work on his encumbrance levels. That's all I can really say about it. Next time he levels, I will look into that. And I've held off giving the magical buckler out to anyone just yet, because I think we'll find someone soon who may be able to put it to good use. This way to Arnica. This way to the Monastery. Excellent. To Arnica we go. And we go to the Arnica-Trinton Road. Now this road goes all the way from Arnica to Trinton. For now though, I'm going to end the episode here, because I think we've played for quite long enough. I hope you've all enjoyed this one, and I do look forward to seeing you all in the very next episode. I'm going to say goodbye for now though, and see you all soon. Cheerio everyone.